and welcome back. So today I'm going to do my top 10 newborn essential items, things that I think I couldn't live without. These are all things that I found really useful. So I'm just going to jump right in and show you what I think they are. First one isn't here, I can't show you. I will insert a picture of it for you, and it is the Chicco, I think it's pronounced, next to me. It's like a sleeping crib. Where you can bring them right up to the bed, or if you don't want to have them attached to the bed, you can also have them in a crib at the side of the bed. It kind of zips down and zips up. I found this really useful. We didn't have this with Evelyn. We had a Moses basket, and although Moses baskets say that you can have them in there for 6 months, there's no way. Evelyn grew out of hers at 3 months, and we had to put her into her own room because we can't fit the cot in our room. And the same with Orla, she wouldn't be in it now. Whereas the next to me is a lot bigger, so technically they can stay in it to 6 months, and I think you could probably even get a little bit more out of it. So yeah, so we're really enjoying that at the moment, and that is one of my top essential items. On the subject of sleep, we also have the Sleepyhead. So this is just a thing like this, which has kind of these padded bits around the side, and it just makes them feel a little bit more secure. Like you pop them down in the middle, and because they've got all of this around them, it actually makes them feel all nice and secure, like they're kind of back in the womb, that kind of thing. So it's not cheap. I think this is, oh, you've got me now, I'll link it below, but I think it's well over £100, I think. Could be even 150, but I'm totally making that up because we got that for Evelyn. So from memory, I think it's over £100, but I will definitely link as much of this items as I can below so you can check them out. But definitely worth the money. They sleep so much better when they're in this. I think sometimes when you put them in a cold cot and it's big and open and they fling their arms back, I think they just get a bit scared. So that is great. What next? Let's go for this. This is my breastfeeding pillow. So this is great for supporting you, making you feel a bit more comfortable while you're breastfeeding. Also, if you're not breastfeeding, I still think it's great. You can just pop it around you and you can pop your baby on there and give them a bottle or breastfeed them, whatever you want to do. But it's a great support, and even just like later on when they're trying to sit up, it's great for supporting them. So I would definitely get one of these. This one is from Boots. I think it's about £30. So yeah, I like the fact that it's quite plump as well. Some of them kind of lose their plumpness, but this has kind of kept it. So yes, that's my next item. On the subject of breastfeeding, if you are breastfeeding and you want to buy a pump, the Medela double pump is brilliant. I had a Tommy Tippy one, I think it was, and it was just a single pump when I had Evelyn. And I didn't know anything about pumps, we just bought one from the shop, but actually it wasn't very good at expressing the milk. It would take a long time, and because it was a single pump, I would then have to do both sides. So when I knew that I would probably breastfeed Orla, because I did with Evelyn, I said that's the thing I want to get is, and Medela, most people recommend, midwives recommend it as well. This is the double pump, and you can do obviously both breasts at the same time. So yeah, so if you know, are kind of breastfeeding and you're looking into pumps, definitely give this one a go, because yeah, it's made my life a lot easier when I've had to express, because it's so much quicker to just express on 2 breasts at the same time. Next item is water wipes. So these are basically what it says, water wipes. So they're 99.9% water and 0.1% fruit extract. So with Evelyn, we used to use cotton wool and water. We probably used that for about 6 months, because I was like, I didn't want to use all the chemicals and things on her bum. We did have these, but I don't know why, I just continued to use the water. But when we switched to these, and Evelyn has eczema as well, so her skin is quite sensitive, and I was just thinking, oh, I don't want to put anything on her skin. But it got to a point where it was just a bit silly, you keep taking water and cotton wool out with us. So I decided to go for these water wipes, and she's been brilliant with them. They haven't affected her at all. So when we had Orla, I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go for these straight away, because I know they're so delicate on her skin. We even use these on like Evelyn's face and things, whereas all the other wipes do react to her face, whereas these don't. So they're really gentle. And we've used them, like I say, straight from birth with Orla, and she hasn't reacted at all with them. So it saves you faffing about with cotton wool and water. So they're a great buy. They are more expensive than like your average wipe. I think they're about £2 a pack. So not cheap, but we buy them in bulk on Amazon because we go through so many of them anyway. Next is a temperature, ear thermometer. Now for ages with Evelyn, I don't know why we didn't think, because someone told me these weren't very good, but oh my god, they're amazing. We used one of the under the arm ones, and Evelyn used to scream the place down when we tried to hold, because you have to hold it in there for about a minute, and she would scream and scream and scream, and I'd be trying to pin her down to hold it in. This just goes, you have to pop these little plastic covers on them, just goes in the ear, you set it to what age your child is, pop it in their ear, and it takes about 2 seconds. Brilliant. Evelyn actually really likes having this. She goes around and doing all our temperatures and everything. It just gives you a clear display, and it will beep if it will go a certain colour if it's too high, if you've got temperature basically. So yes, this is the Braun one, and yeah, that by far, I think we didn't get one as well because they're quite expensive. We just thought, oh, it's a thermometer, but by far the best money we've spent because it just stops her screaming. So that is a great one. Next we have muslins, and I'm sure this is on everyone's newborn's essential because, god, you go through so many. This is the, right now I won't pronounce this right, I think it's Adenanai, I don't know, you know the one I mean, but it's a huge kind of swaddle muslin, so it's really big, but obviously you can fold it over and have it as small as you like. So this is great for obviously you can swaddle them in them, you can spit up. I also put it down on the pram to just give like a layer if she has a little spit up or something. I just have one of these on there. I also put one over the Sleepyhead, just as like a sheet. You can take them with you, and when you go to like baby play centres, you can, because they're really small, they can like screw up in your bag, and then you can just lay them out and they can have a good kick round on the floor. So definitely get some of these big muslins. They're a lifesaver because they just go really small. So next item is a breastfeeding cover. So obviously I'm quite aware that some of these items are breastfeeding specific, but I'm a mum that breastfeeds, so they're going to be in my top 10. So this is a breastfeeding cover. I don't use this all the time, but if I'm in a situation where I don't want to openly breastfeed, I just pop this over my head like this. It's also got little pockets that you can kind of take your breast pads out and put them in. I've actually got one in there now. And it has like a kind of boned wired bit here. So if you pop that over your shoulder, you can actually see down. It kind of doesn't interfere with your baby too much because it doesn't kind of sit on their head too much. You can kind of see down. It gives a bit of air, but obviously no one can see in. And then you can get yourself all tidy and then just pop it off. And yeah, so I think they're definitely a must to just put in your bag. Like I say, I don't always use it. I normally just do the two-top kind of breastfeeding, but if I'm somewhere that I want to cover up a little bit more, that is a great item to have. So next, this is kind of, I suppose, a bit of a weird one. It's a 5ml pre-sterilised syringe. So you can get these in like Cowpole bottles and stuff like that, and the pharmacist actually will give you them for free if you ask them. But when we were giving gripe water, you know, you might be giving it a couple of times a day. We go through so many of these. So we actually ordered, it was like 100 in a pack on Amazon. I think it's about £6. So they come pre-sterilised, you don't have to sterilise them, you just whip them open, obviously draw up how much you need, and then you can just chuck it away. You know, like I say, we've got 100 for £6, so who's going to be worried about sterilising syringes when you can get them so cheap? So that's like a little tip there that we found really useful, is just to have these in the cupboard. And now I think this is the last one, if I haven't forgot anything. Oh no, this is the second to last one because there's one that isn't here. So this is a bath support anyway. So you just pop it in the bath and your baby can sit up in there. It's really handy because you can have both hands free to wash them and things, and it's really handy because we also bath Orla in with Evelyn, so we can just sit her in here and then she can kick around and play, and we can play with Evelyn, and like I say, you can grab a towel and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a must have. I would have one of these over a baby bath any day, because baby baths are kind of, I don't know, a bit of a waste of money really, because they're in them for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and then you're kind of putting them in the main bath anyway. So I think definitely one of these is money well spent. I can't even remember how much we pay for these, but they're not expensive at all. So yeah, so definitely get yourself one of these. This is a mother care one, but there's loads of them that you can get. Yeah, and some probably are even better than this now. Like I say, we had this for Evelyn, so we just kept the same one, but there's so many out there, but definitely some sort of bath support. And then finally, it is the ISOFIX base for your car seat. So it makes life so much easier than having to like faff around putting a seatbelt around the car seat. So it's just a base that clicks into your ISOFIX in your car, and you can literally just pop the car seat on there and pop it off with a click of a button, and it is so much easier than whipping the seatbelt around and everything like that. So that is definitely, like, I think you just got to have. Again, then they're not cheap, they're probably almost as expensive as the car seat, but definitely worth the money when you're rushing around and if it's raining and things like that. So there you have it. There is my top 10 newborns essentials. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please get a thumbs up if you did. Please share it with a friend if you think it may help them. Subscribe if you haven't already, and it will keep you up to date with all the videos that we upload. Until next time, bye.